The men of the White Tower do not take kindly to orc filth invading their homelands and taking up residence. They have come to purge the vermin and repel this force back to the east whence they came. Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more Total War Rise of Mordor, Lord of the Rings modification for Total War Attila. And there we have a pretty epic online battle. You can already see the Gondorian soldiers marching to war, ready for combat. And if you guys do enjoy these Total War Rise of Mordor online battles, then make sure you go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. It really helps out the channel, lets me know that you guys want to see more of this type of content, and obviously also lets me know that you enjoy these epic battles. So in today's engagement, we have two forces from Gondor, one situated on this left flank and then one situated all the way over on this right hand side in a pretty epic formation as well, with the artillery up on the hill. I mean, that's pretty glorious, I'm not gonna lie, looking very nice indeed. You got the axemen of Loslangian. I always butcher that pronunciation, that was appalling. And then we also have some more Gondorian swordsmen scattered throughout here with the artillery, archers. I think we even got some Aphelion rangers here as well, which look very cool indeed. I mean, you can barely see them. That's an Aphelion ranger. Spot the Aphelion ranger. I think you'd find it hard to do so. They look awesome. That looks amazing in the long grass. I mean, going up against them, we do have the forces of Isengard. Again, they've got an army situated here with some of the Uruk-hai scouts, the lighter infantry. And I believe they are also supported by an army of Arun as well. So we have an elite Eastlink force as well. Again, I apologize that it is so dark. Some of the angles in the shade just does a really bad job. But I feel like whenever you turn off shadows, I mean, we can try it quickly, really quickly, just turn off shadows and see how the lighting is. It shouldn't take us a second to do. I kind of feel like the shadows make the game look really good, but it is quite dark, so maybe it is worth it. I do believe that in the new update, there is going to be a lighting fix. I'm going to be using, because I feel like it just looks really crap without shadows, so I'm actually going to turn them back on. But I believe in the new update they're actually going to go ahead and fix the lighting issue, like I believe 12.12 has right now, which is amazing. I believe they're using the same lighting that 12.12 has, which is great because that is a big help, and it makes a big difference to these battles, because you can just see so much more. The lighting is way better, so that's going to be very exciting. So as you can see as well, we are also on a custom settlement, really cool setup. The village itself lends itself to plenty of engagements, as you can actually run your way through these streets and kind of come out all these little garden and alleyways and stuff like that. You can get through like here and here, which is cool. I'm pretty sure you can even get around here. So the defenders are really pushed back. However, they do have this inner keep that they're going to have to defend. They even have a Gondorian trebuchet here. And there's also a lone siege tower and a lone trebuchet randomly in the rocks. So I guess we'll ignore that for now. So we kick off with a battle. We can start off with the forces of Gondor, just marching forward some archers. Going to try their best to soften up the defenses. One of the cool things as well about this setup in Total War Attila is you can actually burn these palisades. So I think what you want to be doing is you want to be firing fire arrows for the off chance that they will catch fire onto the wooden palisades, because they can be burnt down, which is pretty nice. Obviously, if you're attacking, it opens up a lot more avenues of attack, and you can start outflanking these defensive positions. At least I believe they can. I don't think you can target them, but I think if like this if you fire arrows and some actually manage to hit this, you can actually move on and set it ablaze. And then obviously that does free up a lot more of your attacking force. I think maybe shooting a tower and trying to burn this would then set fire to the palisade itself, which would be quite nice. Also, if we want to take a quick look as well, it's something I just kind of glimpsed over, but we do have a handful of pretty elite runic forces. Some of the Loke-Rim halberds, the Loke-Rim macemen. We have some of the warlords of Rune. These are just the Uruk-hai axes as well. Pretty good. The half-orc axes can get stuck in and just do a pretty insane amount of damage. And you can see the Uruk-hai leader right there in his very nice armor as well. But yeah, Rune is definitely one of the stronger factions in the game. If we have any of their warlords of Rune, we've got some berserkers back here. But yeah, if they had some like warlords of Rune, these guys, oh my god, these guys do some insane damage. Just really well-equipped soldiers. Heavily armored as well for shock infantry, so can really do the damage itself. Right now, though, we are getting a lot of archers coming in, and they're just going to be trying to pick off a lot of these bowmen. But again, the Eastling, these are the upper tier Eastling bowmen. These guys are also very good in melee combat. They're kind of like a hybrid archer unit. And obviously they're so heavily armored, but they can actually duel pretty well. They also are equipped with that shield as well, so when they're not firing a volley into the enemy ranks, they do actually have pretty good defensibility with that shield, just aiding them out a little bit. And this is always a good idea as well, just to trade your missiles off, especially this always works in your favor whenever you're the defender, duking it out with your enemy missiles, because it means you're going to have less missiles for your shock infantry and your more important units like your halberds and other stuff later on in the battle. But it's not like the Gondorians don't have a whole wealth of infantry ready to push into the settlement as soon as these archers do finish up their volley fire. Do you also have some Citadel Guard? Yeah, they also have some Citadel Guard as well. These guys are meaty. I mean, look at them shields just covering the entire body. Yeah, it's a defensive unit, probably one of the best defensive units in the entire game. Right now, though, the archers, the Gondorian archers are really struggling here. However, they have reinforced with another 2 units as well, and that should be enough to push back this kind of bubble of the assault. But again, the Clan's Guard, these guys are designed to absorb arrows. If we take a look at the numbers of their missile block charge, they have 80 missile block, meaning that they're basically not going to die to missile fire, unless you basically have to put a lot into them, and then at that point, it's not even worth it. We take a look at the flank though. We have 2 units of these lancers from the Eastlings moving around the right flank, and I believe there is a river crossing up here. So this is going to be a pretty big threat into the flank of the enemy. You can see the castle back there. And they're going to have to keep a close eye on this, because again, they could find themselves in a very, very bad situation if they're not careful, and if the enemy can, you know, get around that flank across. I think this is the river crossing here, or maybe it's here. It's one, yeah, it's right here, sorry. 3rd time's the charm. They can go through here and obviously, you know, kind of put pressure on this if they're not careful, and the attackers don't have any cavalry whatsoever, so something to be a little bit cautious of. As well as that, there is nothing defending or attacking this inner place right now. I guess they do have the Clan's Guard there, which is going to be pretty hard to break indeed. And here we go. The infantry are being pushed up now. They're sick and tired of this missile fire. Going to throw up some of the weaker infantry first. These are just the Ringlow Vale Men at Arms. So these are the pretty basic tier Gondorian infantry. Not quite Gondor militia, but nowhere near Gondorian infantry. And these guys are going to be committed to basically just trying to create this breach point, or at least trying to force the enemy to commit more. And here we go, as they charge in here, engaging the enemy ranks. And very quickly, missiles being brought around to help out here. And obviously, as they are swordsmen, they should be able to do a pretty good job here at just basically breaking down the enemy ranks. Their main goal is to take this tower, get this tower off guard, and basically give them room. However, immediately we are getting the halberds being brought up, and obviously, as you can see, I imagine we're going to see every bit of missile fire focused down on this section of the battlefield now. They should be able to arc their shots over their infantry, and then in, because these halberds are not going to be, yeah, lightly pushed away. Oh, the cavalry actually managed to get in as well. I didn't realize they'd make it across that quickly, but a really nice charge there by the Lancers, racking up 40 kills a pop so far. I can't believe I missed that. That's not good whatsoever as the Axemen turn around, but again, the Axemen are not a good unit to do this. The Axemen cannot brace, and they're going to get... This is... Oh my god. Look away, children. Oh my god, the Axemen are like the worst thing to send. Shock infantry cannot withstand a cavalry charge. And as you can see, these guys are getting absolutely massacred. Down to 70 men off just one charge. The Lancers looking pretty up to 91 kills, and the other unit of cavalry getting over here. They need to get these archers out of here and bring in some more spears. Like, come on. You guys need to get out of here. This cavalry is running amok, and this is no. Finally, we're getting infantry moving quickly. I don't know if they've only just realized, but... God damn, they need to commit way more than this. They need to get their spears to completely cover this. The archers are just being decimated. And the attackers have probably pretty much lost this battle here, losing all these archers. Oh my god, this is catastrophic as another charge comes flying in. This cavalry is up to 160 kills now. The other cavalry unit up to 128. And they're basically untouched. This infantry needs to come. What are you doing? Get your soldiers over here now. They're just letting this cavalry run around. And I can't really see what else they could possibly be microing to not realize that they need to send more men over here. They need to retreat these archers. I don't like but like, oh my god, another charge is going to come in. What the hell is going on right now? This is catastrophic for the attackers. But they're bringing it upon themselves. I mean, maybe they are a newer player, but... This is definitely a lesson they will never forget. So here's a tip for anyone looking to play Rise of Mordor. Cavalry charging head on, especially heavy cavalry like this, is absolutely brutal. It's extremely strong. Just like in Medieval 1212, these are heavy knights. These are trained war horses. And smashing into a line of infantry, they're going to go straight through it unless that infantry is standing still and prepared for that charge. Even then, they're still going to take casualties. The enemy cavalry is going to take a lot more. So whenever you're facing against cavalry, what you want to do, ideally, obviously you want your spears over here. Ideally, you want to be immediately, as soon as that charge comes in, you want to immediately be moving these archers closer to your infantry line so the cavalry can't come in. The cavalry thrives on these 1v1 charges like this. You know, this infantry just, I don't really know what's going on right now. You can see rear charges wipes out units. So basically, tips if for this person is watching this video, your best plan of action is to obviously send your spears over here, send these guys back so they're a bit more covered, and don't counter charge. What you want to do is you want the enemy cavalry to charge you frontally whilst you're braced, and then you want to counter charge with another unit behind. You basically want to try and get the enemy cavalry as embedded in your line as possible. I don't really know what's going on over here. I'm going to ignore it because the attack on this side is is in tatters. It really, really is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Over on the other side, though, things are going swimmingly as the Gondorian swords are now in total clash with the Dunedain and the Uruk-hai scouts. And you can see them fully engaged on the line. And also as well, just to mention back on that point, now again, a lot of people are newer to the game and don't maybe necessarily understand how the mods work and stuff like that. So I don't mean to sound like negative or like, you know, like I'm putting him on blast or anything. Hopefully, you know, it's a good lesson he learned from it, and in the next battle, you know, he won't sacrifice his half his army to the cavalry and still have the archers completely undefended and the infantry there. Like this needs to be happening, and this needs to be happening. Like this cavalry, I'm not sure if maybe he just never realized, but anyway, you know, maybe he's a newer player, and I don't want to be rude to someone who's still learning the game. But hopefully the person did learn some stuff, and if you're watching this as well, you learned some stuff as well about Rise of Mordor. As I do understand, not everyone does you know, have over like 1,200 hours in Total War Attila like I do somehow, which is kind of crazy, right, guys? Total War Attila is my most played Total War game. That's insane, because it's not really a game I play as often, but it's because of all the mods and obviously YouTube itself that I've got like over 1,200 hours in Total War Attila. It's crazy. Like Rome Total War 2, I've only got like 500 in. Shogun 2, I've got about 500 in. Medieval 2, I've only got like 300 in. Warhammer 1 and 2, I think I've got about 400 combined. So like Attila is like my most played Total War by a lot, which is pretty crazy. So right now, the settlement is holding very effectively. I mean, this cavalry has over 300 kills right now, 600 kills apiece. They've also managed to clear up this section of the battlefield, and still there's just one unit of spears chasing them around instead of the entire army, which is a real shame. You guys can see again just how effective. Like, look at that. This is a spear unit just got ran over by the spears because they weren't braced. They were charging. And you just never want to do that. A really quick tip as well is what you can do if the enemy is charging you. You can just press backspace and your unit will stand still, and then they'll immediately start to brace. They need like a second or two to brace, but yeah, you never want to find yourself in that situation because that cavalry has just been absolutely massacred. We do have some artillery now ranging into the settlement. Hopefully going to get some direct hits on the enemy lines. Unfortunately, all of them artillery pieces did unfortunately miss, but I think at this point, with only 15 minutes left, there is no way the defenders are taking the settlement. But I believe the attackers are planning on sallying out and attacking these defenders at this point, which I really hope they do because it would make it for a very interesting battle. And it's always great to see again people reacting to the engagement as well. You know, if one side is dramatically winning, they don't just sit there and, like, you know, have a boring battle and play defensive. Like, it's cool to see them being a bit more aggressive and, you know, driving home that victory. Because nothing is better than total annihilation of your enemy forces. As more of the half-orc axes get thrown in as well. And they're going to be fighting against the Gondorian shock infantry. And the Gondorian shock infantry, the axes, are always a little bit disappointing, I think. But I guess they're just very disappointing in this game because the rest of the Gondorian roster is just so good. Like, it's just so standardly good, you know? There's nothing particular about Gondor that makes them amazing. It's just that an all-round great faction. And I think the Axemen just aren't, like, I don't know. I thought the Axemen are just kind of average in Rise of Mordor, but to Gondor standards, they're just a bit disappointing. Whereas the Half-Orc axes of Isengard and of Mordor, oh baby, they're great. They really, really are. Also as well, guys, I should mention, as well as the battle does continue on, that the Rise of Mordor, you should go ahead and join the Rise of Mordor Discord channel. Link is down below in the description. I got this replay from that Discord channel, and they've been hosting loads of battles, tournaments, events, and just a really good way to keep up to date with this mod. I feel like the mod itself is in a really good situation at the moment. They've got loads of developer streams on their YouTube channel. I always watch them, I always tune in. And just check them out. They're currently working on the trolls on the live streams. They're working on the campaign map development, so you can see the campaign map itself being developed. They're doing concept art. They're doing 3D modeling. You can see some of the dwarfs that are in development and coming in the brand new patch. So there's a bunch of really awesome stuff. So I recommend subscribing to their YouTube channel and also going ahead and joining their Discord. I recommend joining their Discord first. Has this player like disconnected? He's now in square formation. Oh, honey, what has gone on here? Yeah, don't ever do this, okay, guys? Let this be a lesson of what not to do. Yeah, because this is pretty scary. And as you can start to see, I'm pretty sure we're gonna start to see these soldiers filtering out the settlement and then just putting the pressure on this player. And again, hopefully this was a valuable lesson for him because. Yeah, he has had a hard time this battle for sure. But it's always important that you learn something from these battles. You know, and I can't believe that Cavalry is still alive as well. How many kills are they on? 323 and 367. That is really nice. Considering they still have a handful of soldiers left remaining. These archers are now being pushed out the settlement, ready to fire in on this infantry and start doing some damage to them. Even like a basic... Oh my god, he's got his men turned around as well. Please never do this. Okay, good. He's turned around his infantry now. He's in shield wall as well, which is pretty good. You know, at least he's formed up there. Indeed. His opponent, his ally as well, does have his formation pushing up. His archers are all volleying in here. Are these Dunedain? These are the Blackroot Vale archers. So these are like the mid-tier Gondorian archers. I believe, unless they've been updated. It says they're elite in the bottom left, but I don't think they... Oh, that's White Hand Stormers. Yeah, these are strains. So these are the mid-tiers. We also have some of the Dunedain, so Pelican Marines engaged as well. These guys are great in combat, especially with their javelins. You can see their harpoons that they wield as well. A really, really strong unit that can definitely do a lot of damage. Does seem like the Gondorians here, though, are broken. And there you go. The Uruk-hai are on the march out here, ready to outflank the opponents on either side. They could really kind of commit to this wherever they want to, because it does not seem like the Gondor player on the left-hand side is still committed to this battle, honestly. The artillery ranging in now as well. Oh, that hit just missing. A direct hit on these dense lines would be brutal. I mean, he has turned himself to face the enemy as well. The cavalry coming back in, and again, this shock infantry. And you can already start to see, like, this is shock infantry. This infantry is not good at withstanding a charge. And yet, just because they were standing still, you saw how much better that was. You know, they lost about 5-10 men there. And they killed a couple horses on that outer charge. But you just see, just because they were standing still and they were braced, they were ready for that cavalry charge, even shock infantry can withstand the charge fairly effectively. So now imagine what spear infantry or swords, like heavy sword infantry, can do. Like, shock infantry is the worst unit to do it with. And even they managed to hold that charge back a little bit. So you can really just see how strong it is to go ahead and brace your battle line. We can also start to see the berserkers marching around the flank. And this poor Gondorian force is about to be completely enveloped, and there's really nothing he can do about it. As we see the Uruk-hai pairing themselves. Again, I love the Berserk unit. It just looks so fearsome. You see the Lancers off in the distance, more Uruk-hai infantry marching in. There you go, charging in to the warriors here. And I imagine that charge will go very much in favor of the Berserkers. This unit of Axemen already pretty wounded, taking a lot of casualties. And now you got the entire Uruk-hai force charging in their wedge formation into the Gondorians, ready to break them apart. And already the Berserkers have just cut through these Axemen. The Gondorians quite quickly maneuver themselves to protect their rears. And as you can see, they are getting closer and closer to forming a square formation. The Gondorians just do not stand a chance right now. I'm surprised we're not seeing more of the Eastlings coming up. His Gondorian ally on the far right, though, is trying his best to get to his ally. Fountain Guard making their way over. He's also got Gondorian swords here fighting tooth and nail to relieve the pressure on that flank. As more Gondorians throw themselves. Again, I apologize that the game is as dark. I'll try and brighten up a little bit in post, but sometimes it's just super hard to do it because of all the shadow itself. Yeah, you can see Gondor are very stretched though. Stretched extremely thin. The Fountain Guard are about to take on the Uruk Pike, so which is going to kind of cool. And I believe the Fountain Guard do a bit of a longer pike unit, so they should actually be okay against these Uruks. Actually, it looks like they're actually pretty similar. I'm interested to see who wins this battle. I assume the Fountain Guard win, but the Fountain Guard are slightly depleted, so maybe they don't. We'll have to see who actually does come out on top of this. I mean, so far the Uruk Pikes are winning this one. I guess, no, actually the Fountain Guard did just get like 15 kills there. Yeah, the Fountain Guard are going to win this one for sure, especially because not all the units are fighting, whereas the Fountain Guard have 3 ranks fighting, I think, whereas the Uruks only have 1. Which is obviously going to be a real big bonus for them. And yeah, the rest of the forces come flying out. Oh no, this poor Gondorian force just really struggling. The Citadel Guard are fighting against the Berserkers who just clamor in against them shields, looking for any broken position. This Uruk-hai infantryman has made his way through. Putting so much pressure on that Gondorian soldier. His boys are trying to help, but they're a little bit too delayed. I mean, oh my god, guy just got kicked in the head and then stabbed in the back, I assume. Is he going to get back up? No, it looks like he's down. They cheered for victory, but victory is no longer a possibility. We have another unit of half-orc axes over on this side as well. Marching, ready to just smash into the ranks of the Gondorians. And here they come, the half-orc axes charging in. Oh, a bit of friendly fire there as well on the artillery, killing so many of the Uruks there. I guess at this point they don't really care. The main line as well, the Gondorians are stretched, but they're being held in the breach over there. And then the cavalry is now around. This cavalry up to 400 kills. And they're going after the archers. The infantry are nowhere to be seen. And this cavalry has paid dividends. The Aphelion Rangers not really capable of withstanding that charge. Luckily, it was just from a flank, though. And wasn't too bad. Over on this side, you can see the trees on fire. Uruk Pikes being committed to this battle as well. As they try and push their way in closer and closer. But there's just no hope. The cavalry is you're running amok. 367 kills on that one. I think they've finally been broken. Balance power is looking very grim indeed. We even have the White Hand Stormers over here as well. A great unit. Take on the majority of these guys. The Gondorians have committed some of their better units as well. Oh, we also have this unit of Axemen as well. I love the look of these guys as they charge in to reinforce. I hate how dark it is. I can't wait until the new update comes and they fix this. It's just so dark. It's just so dark, and I really do apologize. Problem is, it's not like anything around them is dark. It's just the units themselves are dark, and that's just how Attila lighting works. Like, this isn't dark up here. The trees aren't dark. It's just these guys are. And that's why it's going to be great when they do finally fix the lighting as well. In the new patch. Going to make these replays a lot cleaner indeed. So why have these Fountain Guard dropped their weapons and are engaging in hand-to-hand combat instead of staying in a tightly knitted pike formation like they're designed to? Not really too sure what's going on over there. Back to the Gondorian pocket right here. All it takes is any of these units to break. If this unit breaks, then immediately the infantry comes flying in there. So much friendly. It's actually might be the artillery over here instead of friendly fire artillery. I think both sides are just bombarding this section of the battlefield with everything they've got. These half-orc axes up to 97 kills fighting against Gondorian spears. Pretty perfect. These berserkers up to 118 kills fighting against Citadel Guard. So yeah, really nice matchups there. And I think the Dawn of Man is coming close to the end, as just not even, they've still got more reinforcements back here. I don't really think they had a hope in hell in assaulting the settlement, as what we have another 5 units of infantry ready to come out here and reinforce this section. The orcs have just very much traded extremely well, as these Fountain Guard find themselves completely enveloped. I think they're trying to form like a square to end their, to like kind of just make their last stand, but yeah, unfortunately they are completely enveloped now. With infantry on both sides, the Fountain Guard trying their best to make their last stand. And this assault on the settlement is looking more and more unforgivable. The Gondorians will be sent packing. And how many soldiers do the Isengard have left? This was a slaughter. I mean, to be fair though, Isengard have lost over half their army, or close to half their army. But again as well, that cavalry almost killed a quarter of the Gondorians if you actually put that in perspective and just how effective that horse was. This entire flank has now broken. The White Hand Stormers pounding through this position. The artillery is ranged in here, killing so many friendly Uruks that you could call the commander Ramsay Bolton. Very soon we're going to see this entire section wrapped up as the rest of the Gondorians come in. We're getting routes scattered across the Gondorian formation right there. Yeah, there you go. Actually, I say that some of the Uruk half-orc axes have routed them. They've got 114 kills, which is more than enough. But yeah, all this infantry back here. The Gondorian general on this left flank is completely broken. The Uruks have just mass routed them over on that side, and that is going to be GG indeed. So a pretty decisive victory right there, and a very unfortunate play on this left flank. I guess the guy must have been a lot newer to the game, because unfortunately, yeah, that was pretty brutal, honestly. That was pretty brutal indeed, but hey, we all learned somewhere, and hopefully he took a valuable lesson on what to do next time when fighting against cavalry in that situation. Because if we take a look at their kills, oh baby, 469 kills, hey, nice. And 367 on this unit was just brutal. The Gondorian side of things, you can see, yeah, this army just got absolutely demolished. And this army doing, a bit better, but still struggling. 200 kills on the Gondor infantry is great. The axes did pretty decent. The Fountain Guard as well, nice. I always love it when people bring Fountain Guard. They're just such a cool unit and so iconic, so it's great to see them. But yeah, definitely the MVPs of this battle would be the cavalry indeed, and berserkers as well. It's always good to see berserkers getting their money's worth also. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment. Let me know if you want to see more Rise of Mordor on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.